What is urbanization like in Brazil? What is urbanization like in Brazil? This question opens up a fascinating chapter in the story of one of the largest countries in Latin America. Urbanization in Brazil is a key aspect of its modern society, with around 87% of its population living in cities. This rapid growth has transformed Brazil's social, economic, and cultural dynamics. The process of urbanization in Brazil accelerated significantly during the 20th century. Initially, most Brazilians lived in rural areas. However, as industrialization took hold, many people moved to cities in search of better opportunities. By the mid-20th century, cities like São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro emerged as major economic hubs. São Paulo, in particular, is now one of the largest metropolitan areas in the world, boasting a population of over 18 million by the end of the 20th century. The urban population continues to grow at an annual rate of about 1.1%. Projections suggest that São Paulo will gain around 200,000 new residents each year until the year 2030. Brasília, the capital city, is expected to see an increase of about 1 million people in the next decade. Historically, Brazil's urbanization has roots that trace back to colonial times. Early settlements were established along the northeast coast, with cities like Salvador linked to sugarcane production and African slave labor. Later, the southeast region, particularly Minas Gerais and São Paulo, became economically dominant due to gold mining and coffee cultivation. This economic shift attracted European immigrants, especially Assyrians Diasu, who played a vital role in building the country's infrastructure. The Amazon region saw urban growth more recently, particularly during the rubber boom in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Cities like Manaus and Belém transformed from small villages into urban centers. However, the Amazon remains less populated compared to coastal cities. Despite the growth, Brazil faces significant social inequality. The country is known for having one of the highest levels of inequality in the world. Approximately 26.5% of Brazilians live in poverty, with 7.4% experiencing extreme poverty. Many urban residents find themselves in informal settlements known as favelas, where around 41.4% of the urban population lives in inadequate housing. The rapid and often unplanned urban growth has created a housing deficit of about 6.5 million units, even though there are roughly 8 million empty houses. This situation highlights the unequal access to housing and essential services like clean water, sewage systems, and reliable public transportation. Violence is another pressing issue in Brazilian cities. The country has high rates of violent deaths, particularly among young people. This violence often stems from social inequality and the segregation of poorer communities in marginalized neighborhoods. Some Brazilian cities, like Brasília and Curitiba, have made strides in urban planning to manage growth sustainably. Initiatives supported by organizations like the United Nations Habitat focus on promoting inclusive urban development. These efforts aim to address informal settlements, improve urban mobility, and enhance resilience against climate change. The cultural context of urbanization in Brazil is rich and diverse. The urban environment reflects a blend of indigenous, African, and European influences, evident in music, dance, cuisine, and social life. African descendants, who make up a significant part of the urban population, have greatly contributed to Brazil's cultural identity, especially in cities with large Afro-Brazilian communities. Migration within Brazil continues to shape urban demographics. Many people move from drought-affected rural areas in the northeast to urban centers in the southeast and south. This internal migration fuels urban growth but also complicates social integration and urban policy. Urbanization in Brazil is a dynamic process marked by rapid growth, economic development, and notable social inequality. It reflects historical migration patterns, economic shifts, and cultural diversity, all while striving for sustainable and inclusive urban environments. Addressing the challenges of housing, infrastructure, and social equity is vital for Brazil's urban future.